And we're live, I think.
It does
Yeah.
say meeting is now streaming live on Facebook. Okay. And
Um,
I meant to hi
I
guys.
know. We're always so awkward when we start because we're like, are we live? Is it streaming? What's happening?
Yeah, we'll get used to it at some point, right? Or we'll
Yeah,
figure out a
eventually.
way to edit it. Um
So yeah. Hey everybody. We are doing a solo episode of Convos Continued, which is a little different, but we wanted to on today's podcast, we talked about what it takes to manifest your vision. So this is Optical October, if you've been listening. So the previous episode last week was about creating a vision, why you need to have a vision. And then today's episode was about like, okay, now you have your vision. Like, what does it really mean to manifest that vision? What is manifesting and bringing that vision into reality? And so we talked about that. And one of the tools that we absolutely love is vision boarding. And so we thought this is like perfect for us to just kind of come on and do some show and tell, which of course I'm a nerd and that was like one of my favorite things in school. So I'm excited about like, here's my thing. So that's what we're going to do is like kind of talk about vision boarding, what it is, if you've never made one before, we'll kind of go over it, but also just show you kind of like our vision boards and some of the things that we've had on our boards that are now like reality, which is kind of so cool when you can go back and see like, like, and the stuff is now your real life. So that's what we're going to be doing today.
yeah, and I'm trying to figure out how to share this from my phone, but I'm still having issues. It's because I'm so excited about the subject. I literally like Carin knows like I use vision boards for like all my businesses. With her hideaways, whenever people come, there's actually like a binder. We have materials, we have glue, we have extra magazines, but I have them like separated into like I have images cut up for them so you can like actually create a vision board. There's like a secure link that they can go to like watch videos on how to make vision boards. Like Carin and I are obsessed with vision boards. So, and yeah, I mean, because they're like, they're magic. I know we say that, they're not, but they are. We just don't want to turn anyone off that, we're doing like witchcraftery over here, but like so much comes from them. Like yeah, it's like not just the things, but just like it opens your eyes to like what is important to you at any given time. And I just love it. Are we going to show them now or what are we going to do? Like, I really want
I mean, we can show them while we're talking about them. So let's kind of back up a little bit.
Okay.
And what is a vision board, right? So we assume that everyone knows what a vision board is, but I hate to assume because you know what they say about assuming. Um, so what a vision board is really like a visual representation of whatever it is that you want to create in your life. And it can be like physical things that you want to have, or it can be like moods that you want to embody. Like sometimes I'll just have someone on my vision board that looks super chill and relaxed and like she's having her best life. And I'm like, that I want to feel that way. So I have that visual representation. It can be places you want to go, like vacations. It can be, I mean, it can really represent whatever it is that you want in your life. So it's not just like things or just moods or just places, like it's all of that. And you can like use magazine pictures that you cut out and glue together, or you can get like pictures off the internet. Sometimes I've even had like hairstyles that I want to try and I'll put that on my vision board. Like it can literally just be anything that you want your life, yourself to represent. And usually I mean, I do them annually. So I have a little party every year with a few friends and we'll do our vision boards in January for that year. So it can represent whatever amount of time you really want it to. But I think a year is enough time that it gives you something to work towards, but it's not so far away that it's like, well, when am I actually going to have this? So I think a year is probably a good time frame to shoot for.
Yep. So this is the very Carin, I'm like a girl going to prom, you know? I'm like, so this is the first vision board that I ever made, and you'll notice when I show you the whole thing, there's actually pockets missing. So like the glue I used had like come off. So I can't really tell. And do you guys love like imitation is the best form of flattery? I was like, Carin, I got to get me a white bookshelf in the background. But like I decided to move to the basement because like the whole virtual school thing. Anyway, so but I'm like totally copying Carin, and she's cool with it, right?
I didn't make it up. It's okay.
Nice. So like if you look at these images, look at this one, Carin. I didn't even show you this. But like, do you see her background? It's like Honest Convos podcast, like our branding. Like, look at that.
Yeah, it is. With
I have the teapot. Yeah, like there's so many different things in here. And then, so that was the very first one that I ever did. And I actually blogged about this. This woman was like dead center. And I went around my house and I looked, and I didn't bring any examples, but every single piece of artwork that I have with like a girl or a woman in it, it's either her back, her profile, her side. None of them are like staring straight on. But this image, I'm like, I just felt like I could embody her as a person in the future. I didn't feel like I could do it then. But like as time has gone on, I do feel like, you know, like she's sitting and she's just really put together, and I'll get there one day. No, I mean I can fake the funk, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do our vision boards, and like I know Carin does her annual thing. I do annual things too. You can still hear the kids down in the basement, unfortunately. We'll carry on. But we also, in the Charm Cardinal Society, we had dream diaries. And so every meeting, like they were formatted meetings. So we would do the oath, and then we would do a past, present, and future exercise. And the future exercise was like vision boards. So we actually had these in like notebooks. And I carry these like when I go, not all of them, but I would pick like one, and I would bring it on vacation with me. And because some are like family centric, where it's like, you know, there's like some with like bowling and like baseball and stuff like that. So like if while I'm on vacation, I want to, you know, focus on the kids, then I'll do that. But if there's one where it's like, you know, a really well put together woman, then I'll like have it on that page. And it's just a visual reminder of like, this is what I want to embody right now. So yeah, that's sorry.
It's all good. This is life, you know. We have people in the house.
Yeah.
I love that. And I love that you still have your very first one. I have no idea whatever became of my very first one. So that kind of makes me sad because I wish I had it, because I love stuff like that. I'm totally a hoarder, so I probably will keep these. But I have like, so these are my last few years that I've had since 2016. And so I always like to notice, like, also, I have themes. So I notice after a while, like, I have a fitness lady here. And then when I look at this one, I'm like, okay, here's another fitness lady, right? And it's like, and then I look at this one and I'm like, okay, there's someone else doing fitness stuff. I do not like fitness, guys. I do not like fitness. But it's something that apparently I've been trying to get myself to make a reality. I don't know why, but I mean, I know I need to be healthier, and that does help, having fitness. But one of the things I was looking at actually when I pulled these out for us to do this like show and tell thing was this picture of this bedroom, which was, I think, yeah, this is 2016. And although my room doesn't look exactly like this now, it's very similar. Like, I have mirrored side tables. I have a tufted headboard that's actually the blue color of these, I guess those are curtains or something. So it's kind of cool to look at that. And then I also, was this the same one that had the kitchen? Oh no, there's another one that has like a really clean white kitchen that I had on here. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that literally, I mean, my kitchen is better than that actually, but you know, you have to have dreams and then smash them. So, but yeah, so like this nice, like this beautiful white kitchen, I was like, oh, I want that so bad. And at first I thought it would be like remodeling my current kitchen in my house before we moved last year. But it turned out it was the new kitchen that we got in this house, which looks even better than that one. So yeah, but like this one I love too. This is one of my favorite pictures, which this was a year that I kind of felt like I was missing out on girlfriend time. So I was like, I want to feel that. I want to have my girls around me and we're having a good old time. So, or like this one where I wanted to read more. So it's like different things. And like this girl who just looks like she's happy. And I loved her natural fro. I was like, I need to wear my hair natural more because I used to straighten it a lot more than I do now. But yeah, or the big house in the corner that now I live in this big, huge house. So it's like really cool when you can go back and see like some of the things. And I tape them on the wall. So that's why you see the tape on the back. And my current one is on the wall right now. So I'm not going to rip it down. But, but like, it's just like cool when you can see like the different things. Like last year, I was really focused on money and reclaiming time and eating healthier. And this lady just looks like she is relaxed, and I just wanted to feel that relaxation. So I do love to like just go back and look at them and see like what was on my mind, what was I thinking, what did I want, what actually came true. And I keep on, like Marcia said, I can't find my dream diary from Charm Cardinals.
I feel like we retired it, right? We're like, society's dissolved, like, yeah. Throw out all our dreams, like this is that stuff. No, not really. It's
I know somewhere. It's in a box somewhere because I haven't really finished unpacking, even though we've been here a year. But this is my Power Sheets ones, and so this is the goal planners that we use, which we'll talk about more in a future episode this month, actually. But I like that I also can put it here and have it like, so that was, I think, 2018, and this one, I think, was 2019. So you see, I have a consistent theme where I really want to be more fit, apparently. So my subconscious, because sometimes I don't even remember that I pulled those kind of things out. Or like this one where I just thought she looked like fierce. I was like, she is a boss, and I want to be a boss. So yeah, so it's really cool to like put them in books where you can have them with you. Like Marcia said, she'll take it on vacation with her or like around and just have it to look at it anytime, or have it on a poster board, or both, like we do, and keep it somewhere that you can see it. That probably is the biggest part. It's like, it's not something you just do just so you can toss it to the side. Like you do want to have it somewhere where you're like gonna see it and be inspired by it, and then do things and embody the qualities of someone who's gonna have that and be living that way so that it becomes a reality.
Yeah. And that's like the biggest part that Carin was mentioning in our podcast episode today, number 18. Unfortunately, it's not on Apple iTunes yet, Carin. We did the RSS feed. It's a whole...
Yeah, they'll update it eventually.
Me to one thing, and I'm like, oh, I think I ruined it anyway. But you can get it on honestconvospodcast.com, episode 18. But that's one of the quickest and best tricks to manifesting is working from that future vision. So like with this woman, like if I've tried to do this because I try to look into the camera more, because you're supposed to look into the camera.
I know, I forget that, and I'm looking at you.
Yeah, because Carin and I were like, we're used to like seeing each other's faces all the time, so we just talk to each other. But like I've tried to like put her up there so that I can like look like I'm looking in there. But anyway, but like when you do, like, you want to take actions based on like, okay, what does this woman do? Yeah. And dang, okay. And that was the book, The Secret. We talked about this a little bit, but Lisa Nichols, who wrote Abundance Now, she was one of the first books that when I was like really diving into the money mindset, like a few years ago, her tagline is going from public assistance to going public. She is like a motivational speaker, but she was the first one that I heard say with the book The Secret, that's all about manifesting, she's like, they left out the part where you have to take action. So it's not like you can't just have these lofty dreams and these big visualizations, like you have to take the action. And so like if you do have a similar type woman that you're putting in your vision boards or whatever, then like you have to like, embody that person. And that's where the things come from. So
yeah, that is the missing part. That's true. And they did skip that part in The Secret. And a lot of, I think that's why manifesting and visualizing and like all of that gets such a bad rap, is because that when you hear that, of course you're thinking that's not gonna bring me I'm just gonna sit around and dream about it and it's gonna magically appear. Right. Like, so it does leave you with that doesn't seem like reality. Like that can't be how it works. And it's not. Right. That's one part of it. But it's like, then you have to act as if, like, who is the person that already lives in that house, that already feels that way, that already has that thing, that, how does that person act? What does that person do today, tomorrow? What kind of goals does that person have? What kind, so that is the thing that's going to take it from the vision to the reality. And it's that middle part. And that's not the fun part, that's the fun part, is the dreaming and the having, right?
You don't want to work. Like work is good, but like we want to work on the things we want to work on. Carin and I want to tinker around on our, like work on our businesses. Like we don't want to go out and do the like long walks or sprints or anything like that. Like, but I mean, and I do feel like you do get rewarded when you do stuff like that. Cause I, with my clutter situation, it's like when I do, and I try to marry things up. So like, if I don't want to be like, decluttering my basement or whatever, then that's when I'll put on like podcasts or music or something like that, just to make it like a better experience. But I do feel like whenever you are doing the things that you don't necessarily want to do, but you're kind of forcing yourself to do, that's where like you do get a lot of creative ideas and like things get shook and loose. So, yeah, I think that was the tagline in The Secret. It was ask, believe, receive. And so that's when they said, no, it's ask, believe, act, receive. Because a lot of people will actually, and it's funny because this happened the other day, I was walking in my neighborhood, go me, physical activity. I was walking and I saw a quarter. And I was like, I'm not going to pick it up. It's like in front of my neighbor's house. Maybe it's their quarter. Maybe they left their quarter there and they need it later. And like, it was enough to give me a pause because I overthink, like, oh, let me overthink it, So I'm like, whatever. So I just keep walking. And then I see a penny in front of my other neighbor's house. And I'm like, okay, this is weird. What's the universe trying to tell me? And then we went to a baseball game, my nephew's baseball game. And I look and I see something on the ground. It's a freaking dollar bill. And I'm like, okay, all right, I get it. Like, there's no one here I know. I'm going to take this dollar bill and put it in my pocket. Hope it doesn't have like COVID on it. Anyway, that was part of my anxiety, overthinking. But anyway, I'm like, you have to be willing to receive the gifts that are presented to you, because we can like self-sabotage our way out of receiving. So like, if you're doing all of the things that you're supposed to be doing and you're acting, you've asked and you believe, then like when it shows up, take the quarter. Yeah, and then if your neighbor knocks on your window and says, dude, where's my quarter? You give the quarter back. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Or you use it to bless someone else. Who knows, right? Yeah. It's
that's
like
woman-owned small business. Like,
yeah,
exactly. So
you do have to be open. And we talked about that in the episode, was that you don't get to decide how or when.
Right.
So you think you know how, or you think you have, like, you want to have goals, right? And so that is a thing. Like, if you, especially like money, people will be like, well, with a business, you might be like, well, I want to make this amount by this day, and this is how I'm going to do it. And you want to have those goals, but at the same time, be flexible and adaptable and open, because it might not happen exactly the way that you planned or that you're thinking. And if you're so fixated on how you decided it should go, then you might miss the opportunities that come by that would have got you to your goal, but you were so focused on your way instead of, being open.
Yeah, totally. Like, I'm a coach, so I only have to, I want to get to 6 figures. Why do you want to get to 6 figures? Do you know your actual amount that you need to live the life you want to live? So when you are like creating these visions and things, like, just make sure it lines up. Like, because I actually did the math once, and I was like, if I wanted, to be able to be like the sole provider, how much I would need to bring home, because it's not necessarily what Ryan brings home, because like I have other goals too. Like I'd like to
of course,
save and like, anyway, I'd like to live, with whatever. So this is usually the part that I edit out.
You can't do that live.
But anyway, so like actually figuring out what it is you need and having, so that's like, goal planning to the now. Who's that from? That's something smart that I've heard, and I can't.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I think that's from the one thing. Yeah, by Gary.
Okay.
Goal planning to the now, and like picking your domino and stuff too. So it's like everything that you're making decisions about and that you think are super important for you progressing in your business, your personal or your professional life, like know what the end goal is, but exactly, like, just be open to, getting there in different ways. And
right.
Yeah, can I tell them about my coat real quick? Okay.
Yeah.
So I manifested a puffer jacket. So like with the Charm Cardinals Dream Diaries, I kept, and I didn't realize it until like maybe 3 months later or something, because we did it for 4 years. Like every month for 4 years, we were doing these vision boards. And I started flipping through and I'm like, oh, something about this feels familiar. Oh, there she is. It was the same lady who's a redhead, which is, I'm not a redhead. It was on my wedding day. Anyway, that was not planned anyway. Oh my God, I'm having flashbacks, Carin. Flashbacks.
We're detouring.
we are detoured. So, but this woman, she had this purple puffer jacket on, and I think it was a Columbia jacket. And I kept seeing this, or I kept putting this image on different vision boards, not just the Dream Diary, but vision boards and, in my like power sheets, that kind of stuff. And then I went to Mina Habibi was teaching a yoga class, and this was 2 weeks before the first Connector conference. And she walked us through a visualization during the Vinyasa. I don't know how to say it, so I'm just gonna go with it, right?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, that was good, right? So she had us do this visualization, and it was like in fall, because the first one, I think it was October 13th, 2018. Yeah. So that was exactly 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Carin Kilby Clark.
That's wild. That was exactly 2 years ago today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Freaking out, right? You can't control the timing. So, but in this yoga class, she's doing this visualization, and I visualized myself outdoors hiking, which is ironic, but like I was wearing the puffer jacket, but it was me, and I just had this very relaxing feeling of just peace and calm. And because she was like, I want you to visualize yourself 2 weeks from today. Where are you and what are you doing? And I was in the Shenandoahs in nature with all of the beautiful leaves around, wearing that puffer jacket. It wasn't until I think it had to have been 2019. So last year, we're on summer vacation, Deep Creek Lake, Maryland. I'd been putting this on my vision board for years. Summer vacation. We go to the surf shop. There was actually 2. There was a Patagonia, the same maroon puffer jacket, and then a Columbia one that was in black. And I actually kind of like the Columbia one better because it just seemed like thicker, and I'm always cold because iron deficiency, whatever. That's a whole other situation too. So this is the part I cut out. And you're welcome, podcast listeners. You're welcome. It's like copy, paste, insert, delete. Anyway, so I really love editing. I really love it. So I was like, which one do I pick? I even texted my sisters. I'm like, should I go with this one or that one? Because I'm not used to buying nice brands. So I don't know the quality. And so they, they were like, go with this one. And anyway, so I ended up going with a purple puffer jacket, but like it was like, why was it even a question that I needed to do that? And here's the kicker too, is that it was like 80% off or something. And so the price was still, it was still way more than like I would like to spend on something, but I still have it and I still wear it. And it's like, that was like a manifestation success story, And like, so anyway, I highly recommend it for anyone. Like, just get some images. Like, you can go online and just like search your favorite car image and print it up, go through magazines, do it at like random, start picking stuff and like, because when it does start happening, it's like little God winks and synchronicities that are like, oh my God, like I am doing this, like I am on the right path. And like, that's what I see when these things are coming up. So we have to go though, right? Because like,
that is my favorite part though, looking back and seeing it. And if you don't want to do a physical board, like in a book or on a poster board, you can I've seen people use Pinterest boards to do like a vision board, or like a Google Doc and just pasting different images. So you can do an electronic one too. So just have fun with it, make it your own. And if you have a vision board or you make one, we would love to see it. Tag us, share it on Instagram. And we're at Honest Convos 8, the number 8. But yeah, we have to run to do the coaching call for our next level accelerator. But this has been great. I hope it was helpful. And if you haven't tried a vision board, that you will. And if you have already tried one, that you will keep doing them and also share them with us because we want to see it.
Yeah, we want to see them. Tag us. We want to see them. That's going to be the one it freezes on.
The crazy looking. I know. It always freezes on such weird places. All right. Bye, y'all.
Bye, guys.